Hey everyone, it's Sean. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about why nobody is actually thinking about you as much as you think that they are. And if you are here, there is a very good chance that you have been living, at least in part, for an audience. The audience could be your friends, your family, or your peers at work. The list goes on. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you something that has the power to free you from that completely, like it has done for me and my life personally as well. So before we begin, let me ask you something. How many decisions have you made or not made because of what someone else might think? It could be a business that you did not start because you feared what your friends or workmates might think of you. Maybe it was a passion or a dream that you did not chase or pursue for that exact same reason. Or maybe it was an opinion that you did not share. Or maybe it's keeping your light hidden because you didn't want to stand out from the crowd. Keeping that true, authentic version of yourself from the world because you thought it wasn't ready for it. So for me, there was always this one person that I kept thinking about, that I had to try and prove my worth all the time. I'm not sure why I did that, but I felt like this person was always giving this vibe of, hey, what are you up to? Like, are you doing well? And always trying to find flaws and trying to find ways to kind of put me down and to make me feel less than. And I wanted to show this person that I wasn't a failure. And in thinking that way, this person was actually living rent-free in my mind. Every decision I would make, I would think, how would so-and-so see me? Would I be able to prove I was doing well in that one Instagram post or story? Or do I have to try harder? And it was so silly looking back on it now. I spent so much energy just wasting my time making myself look good on social media, posting the most glamorous travel, vacations, buying the stuff that everybody wants to buy, just to make myself seem like I'm better than I'm actually doing. And everyone around me thought I was doing well. Everyone thought I was doing great. But deep down, I know what I'm hiding inside. And deep down, we all have this insecurity and this fear, and we all care what others think of us. And it's causing us to want to try harder to show that we're doing well. And it's costing us our energy, our time to actually spend it on things that actually matter. Now, of course, it's not that nobody cares about me. I care if my family or my friends and my close friends and my partner cares about me, and they do. But I'm talking about today is about the other people, the acquaintances, the workmates, the ones that are always judgy and critical of us, and I'm addressing those people for you today. So now there's a study that might change how you see yourself. In 1999, there were two psychologists at Cornell University that ran a study that kind of should be taught in every school on earth. They asked students to walk into a room full of people wearing a really embarrassing t-shirt. And on the t-shirt was the face of Barry Manilow, who was he a jazz singer or like he was one of the top singers in his era during that time. I was also alive during that period of time, and I know who he is. And I wouldn't say that wearing that shirt would be embarrassing, but I guess in hindsight, maybe people in that era thought that having a shirt of your idol would be weird. Nowadays, we wear Taylor Swift t-shirts out and nobody cares. Like, people just celebrate you for it even. So you're a Swiftie and whatnot. But anyway, so before entering the room, they asked each student, like, how many people in there do you think will notice your t-shirt? The students said around 80%. The actual number, 23%. So less than half of what they initially had feared. And here's the part that matters. The people in the room were not ignoring the shirt, the Barry Manilow shirt, because they were trying to be polite. They were ignoring it because they were too consumed by their own thoughts, their own worries, their own version of the same fear to notice what anyone else was wearing. They were worried about their own outfits, their makeup, their hair, their tie, their suit, their dresses, too worried about themselves to even care if other people looked good or not. So do you see the irony in that? Everybody is focused on themselves, but everybody thinks that everybody's looking at them. And there's this term for this. It's called the spotlight effect. I'm sure you know about it. So the belief that you are at the center of the spotlight, that everyone else is watching you, is an illusion, right? The truth is everybody is standing under their own spotlight, worrying about their own shirt and rehearsing their own lines, managing their own fear of being judged, and nobody is watching yours. And we repeat that. Nobody is watching you or caring about what you do. So, knowing that, isn't it cool to know that what time you spend so much on worrying about what you say or do, or posting that perfect Instagram story or not, nobody actually cares. They are too preoccupied with themselves, posting their own beautiful version of themselves to look good for other people that they think they want to impress, to actually care about your life. You see the cycle? Everybody's worried about something else. The same fear, just escalating and cascading outward into like infinity. So most people actually spend decades chasing how people thought about them. And the fact is, like, yeah, everybody is living their own lives, managing their own fears and carrying their own doubts as well. And if you and I are doing that, like everybody else, we are simply handing the power to them to define our entire existence. So the day you stop performing and start living is basically the day that you take back control of your life. So here's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt that I find really inspiring. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do of you. So what have been holding you back all this time? Because of an audience that is not watching as closely at you as you may think. What would you do tomorrow if you knew that the spotlight you have been standing under, everybody else standing under their own spotlight? What would you do? So there was one click that happened when I learned this, and for me, it just happened overnight. Like, I get it now. Like, I simply decided in this very moment to stop caring what others thought of me. And what I come to realize is that we are all on our own journey, our own paths, and there's really literally no point in comparing my life to others. It is a complete waste of time. I decided to funnel that energy of worry and one-upping someone else to spending time and energy on tasks that actually move the needle for me and my own life, without having to check in with the invisible opinion of some people that I don't even really respect or admire, who probably doesn't even put me in the top 1,000 things that they are thinking about in any given day. Can you imagine? The person you care about probably doesn't even care about you and isn't even in the top of your list. Maybe not even in the top 100 or 1,000 things on their minds. And just let that sink in. And I hope that will rewire your brain. And I want you to think that way too. So moving forward, what can you do to change your life? I want you to start taking one action that you have been avoiding because of what someone else might think of you, however small that may be. And I want you to stay off social media. You don't have to show or post every single thing that you do. I think that this is the one change that made me less mind the opinion of others, and to stop chasing the likes and just start living my life. And I guarantee that once you start taking that small little action, that you will move into bigger things and realize that you could have done that thing probably 10 years ago and be better for it, instead of worrying about what someone else might think or judge you for it. That has been holding you back, and you are not moving forward in life because of the fear of being judged by someone who doesn't even care about you. So this is a profound revelation for me. It's one of the biggest things that actually moved the needle for me and changed my life in such a significant way. I cannot understate it, because this person was living rent-free in my mind 50% of the time. And every time I post something, I would feel very insecure. I would feel like some imposter syndrome, like I'm actually not doing that well, but I portray myself to look that good. And then I look at the video and the story, I'm like, is that really me? Or is that me trying to put on a show and perform for a crowd that frankly doesn't even give me money or respect, you know? Why am I performing so much? Unless I'm trying to do business or like appear, you know, successful and whatnot. But even then, that is still a facade and a mask, and I don't want to live like that. I'd rather live authentically, truthfully, and be honest about who I am. So there was one click that happened to me, and I stopped posting stories anymore on social media and on Instagram, because I felt like I wasn't being true to who I was. And I started to only post things that, you know, doesn't really, like, it doesn't show like a fake side of me. Like I started to post more videos of my dogs, because no one can like say that no one is gonna judge me for posting the dogs. And if they don't want to follow me, that's fine. I don't really need to put on the show for anybody. I'm not living for anyone's approval, and I want you to do the same for your life as well. You will find that your mind is clear, and you would feel like infinitely better about your situation, and just live your life and grind each and every day, doing the tasks you need to do without worrying about what someone else might think. That is so liberating. I guarantee that 100%, and I can vouch it with my life. So I really hope you learned something today from this video. And if you have any insecurities that you want to share and you want me to address, if you have any concerns, please type it down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to respond to every single one of you if I got the time. And I would definitely look for your comments to do videos on, because I truly care about you and I want to serve all of you. And right now I'm just doing videos that I think might help, but there's many cases where I think that you need specific advice. So I really would love to address all of them individually, and that's going to be my life's work, I would assume, for the next, I don't know how long I'm going to do this, but as long as you guys enjoy it and you guys are learning something from it, I'm going to keep doing it. So as always, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.